Okay. Morning, everyone. I'm audible. I'm audible, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I think in the last class, went through a few problems on systems. So, a few more problems like repetition, extra class. So, let me go with the model number two called as LTA system. I clearly told you at the beginning, it's a combination of two different chapters. So, 120 marks, out of which five properties on the ones we have solved, and we'll try a few more problems in the revision. Now let me go on with the syllabus. So next part of model number two deals with LTA system. So what are things LTA system? For 20 more marks, we'll start one part. Okay. So let me share the screen. I'm using currently mobile. Share screen is visible. Just a second. Is this visible, guys?
Yes, sir.
The white sheet, can you see? Okay, fine. So we'll try to discuss a topic called as LTA system. So I hope is it visible, no? Everyone, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. So LTA system, as you know, LTA system. So this is next part of your model number two. You know that LTA system is mainly with respect to your linear time invariant system. So we know that what is the meaning of linear already, and we know what is the invariant already. Correct? So this combination your LTA system means. Okay. So you can take whichever system in this nature that involves this concept of linearity along with time invariance. So linearity means so there is won't be any variations, whatever changes with respect to input, same thing we can expect with respect to output. Correct? So in this LTA system, so there are actually different categories. So according to your syllabus, what all things they are mentioned, I'll just try to replica there. So you can make an is called as convolution integral. Convolution integral. So convolution integral is your first category. So this convolution integral is applicable whenever you have a system. I'll repeat, convolution integral for my CT. See, already got to know from first 1.5 syllabus of our module. So we went through two concepts called continuous time and discrete time. So whenever the continuous time signal comes, we know that it is having like analog signal continuity. So convolution integral means it is mainly with respect to your CT system. Okay. So what I told LT system. So we know that system which is linear and time invariant is called as invariant system. So most of the systems are in the form of LTI form only. And depending upon the input and output, what we are going to give to LTI system, they are related to the different what we're discussing. So first one I said convolution integral mainly with respect to CT means continuous time. Is that okay till here? Everyone? Shall I proceed there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you understand the first part, so let me take a new sheet. So the second category comes is convolution sum. Category is convolution sum. So just write a short form. Yes. So convolution sum. So this is applicable mainly for our DT system, mainly for discrete time system. So what you learned discrete part already earlier. Same thing, but we are going to do convolution. Let's discuss what is the meaning of convolution later. So first one is convolution integral, means for CT, convolution sum for DT, and last category is with respect to impulse. So impulse response. So category number 3 is impulse response for LTI system. Okay. So I'll repeat. Depending upon the input and output of LTI systems, they are broadly categorized into 3 things: convolution integral, convolution sum, and impulse response. So apart from this, you have 3 more terminologies under this LTI called as difference and differential equation, block diagram representation, as well as state variable description. So 4, 5, 6. I'll repeat: difference and differential equation, block diagrams, and state variable description. See, this thing is not kept for your syllabus. So from the syllabus oriented, the first 3 things: convolution integral, convolution sum, and impulse response are kept here. So in this module number 2, you're going to learn about convolution sum and convolution integral and problems on that, how we can simplify the problems, then how to solve a graphical representation like how we did in the first module. Then we'll go basics of impulse response, then complete details about impulse response with respect to properties of system. So I hope you remember the properties what you learned, right? Linearity, invertibility, so everything you learned, no? So on that basis, your impulse response is going to deal. That comes under module number 3. So module number 3, so we can learn a topic called as impulse response property based on LTI system. So in general, we are going to call that topic as LTI 2. So now LTI 1 under your module number 2, second part, and module number 3 involves again 2 concepts there. One is LTI 2 for 20 marks, and one more in that we have Fourier concept. So that Fourier 1 part, and fourth module is completely 4 years. Model of Fourier we will do after doing module number 5. So am I clear till here to everyone? Anybody wants anything to ask? I'll repeat, or else let me proceed. Is that okay till here to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Let's proceed, guys. Okay. So as I said, module number 2, second half, involves 3 major topics which covers 20 marks. See, everywhere sketching of your waveform will come with help of some equation type, right? So we need to know convolution integral, convolution sum, impulse response for 20 marks number 2. Okay. So before going for your convolution integral, that is the first topic of LTI system. So let me try to introduce something called as system modeling. So system modeling is what heading you can take: system modeling. So system modeling means it is nothing but a system which is having input-output relationship. See, we know how to write a system, right? So you know there is a system here, and I'm going to provide my input x of t for this. So I'm going to generate output y of t. So what is that? So the system is having its response, right? So that response itself we are going to call it as input. I hope you remember I told 3 category: convolution sum, convolution integral, and impulse response. So the response obtained from the system. So this system depends upon whatever the applications are based. Okay. So I am going to represent that response with respect to h of t. Say, you know, there is x of t, y of t, h of t. It means the representation is happened with respect to what? With respect to convolution. What? Integral. Nothing but your continuous time. Wherever t is there, that replica, it's a continuous time. Okay. I'll repeat. So after knowing the different topics you're going to learn from this model, so first thing we started is system modeling. I told system modeling nothing but it's a representation of any system input output relationship. Okay. So you're going to represent input as x of t, output as y of t, and impulse response as h of t. So is that okay till here? Everyone, is it okay till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move on with the first major topic, So each topics will carry 10 to 12 marks. Some convolution integral only you can expect for 20 marks. Maybe impulse a little bit like theory oriented. But major two concepts are convolution integral, convolution sum. Because impulse is next part of your model number 3. So you should know the logic in model number 2 only. You can proceed there. Okay. You go with the first one. As I told, a convolution integral. So it is mainly with respect to my CT system. So now there is no word called signal. It is respect to system. Okay. So before going for this convolution integral, so we'll try to split the words. So we'll try to understand what is the meaning of convolution first, and then we'll try to understand what is the meaning of integral. So anyone tell me what is the generalized meaning of the word convolution? Convolution means what in general? Convolution means, have you heard this word convolution? Anyone? Okay, so let me proceed. See, convolution, nothing but convol. It means mixing of signal. Say, whenever you want y of t, I have only two options. I need to mix my input with the signal which is present from the system. So it means convolution will happen with respect to my input signal to the impulse signal. So it means x of t is going to be convolute. See, this is a star. What I'm representing is a star represented, right? So that is a symbol representation for your convolution. So convolution with what? With respect to your system. So this mixing of signal with this symbol is called as convolution. So in simple word, convolution means mixing of signal. So with respect to input x of t and with respect to the system response h of t, which will generate you output called y of t. So with help of convolution x of t into h of t, we can obtain the output called y of t. Am I clear till here? Is it okay, guys? Till here? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want, you can just make a statement or one line sentence for your convolution integral. So convolution integral mainly relates input x of t, output y of t, and impulse response h of t with respect to your continuous time system. Convolution integral mainly relates input x of t, output y of t, and unit impulse response. So whenever I say unit impulse response, so you should know what is that representation called as delta n. I hope you remember this delta n, everyone. So you had a concept of this in earlier chapters. So delta n represents your unit impulse response. So delta n, delta t, if I write with respect to n, it is dt. If I write with respect to t, it is called ct. Okay. So convolution integral mainly relates input x of t, output h of t, and unit impulse response h of t of a continuous time system. So this is a statement you can give if they ask you to define convolution integral. Is it okay? Shall I proceed? Everyone, is it okay, guys? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can take a next heading. So before going for a derivation for this convolution integral and before the problems, so we need to know how to represent your x of t. So representation of x of t in terms of impulse. So you can take a heading as representation of x of t in terms of your impulse. So you can call my impulse with respect to delta of t also. So a few times they may give h of t, a few times they may give delta of t. So both represent are same. So now we are trying to understand how to represent a x of t in terms of impulse. So in terms of impulse means how your input x of t is related with respect to your impulse function delta of t. That is what the meaning of representation of x of t in terms of impulses. Okay. So let me proceed. So let me try to write one small waveform for you. So if we take a waveform signal with respect to time as x-axis and with respect to x of t as y-axis, so the variations, how it looks. So if I take any signal like the way I am showing here, you can look at here. So this is a signal, assume that, okay. So since it is a CT, it will be continuous. Fine. So now we need to know how to represent this x of t with respect to some impulse. So it means out of this continuous signal, what I have, I need to choose any point from which I can do analysis. It will keep going continuously like this, right? So we need to pick any point at any particular point at any particular time. So assume that I have picked any point here. So you can see the thing what I'm cursoring. So this is a point which is having some amplitude or some area A. Okay. So some area if we go, I'll write once more. Okay, area. So under this point A. Okay. So at this particular point, so this time, right? So I can't write again T. So let me make some other denotation. So let me take it as something called tau. I'll repeat. So at particular point, you can take any point. So I'm just choosing one point so that we can understand the things. So you can pick one point to your signal x of t. So you can mark one area or any one point with respect to amplitude. Then corresponding dotted line will meet at some particular point. Designate that as tau. Okay. So the area under this point what is mentioned here is equal to x of t into delta of t minus tau. Because before this point, how it was like x of t into delta of t. Agree, guys? I hope you're understanding what I'm telling, right? So before I put any markation, it was generalized. Generally, I used to write y of t as x of t into delta of t. So since we have chosen one particular point in any signal, if that is at some time tau, then I am representing my x of t with respect to tau. So x of t remains x of t only. The variations will happen with respect to my impulse. That's why we change impulse as t to t minus 2. Is that okay till here to everyone? Is it okay till here to everyone? Shall I proceed? If anybody wants me to repeat anything? Yes, guys, is that okay? Yeah, I'm audible here. Is it okay till
Yes,
here?
sir.
Fine. So shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
You got the meaning of the representation what I told. Okay, still it has not completed. I just want to know till here if it is okay, I will move further. Okay, I hope everyone remember the impulse representation, right? So we had a three concept like unit step response, ramp function as well as a delta function, impulse function. So do you remember we wrote a delta function like this? I hope everyone remember this at 0, exactly at 0, we wrote a thing like this. Do you remember? Impulse function only at 0. Yes or no, yeah?
Yes, sir.
The same way we are discussing now. What is the diagram I wrote here? It was somehow like this. So the point was here. So this is the time at which I have taken. So this time can be represented with a new waveform like this. So what is the x-axis you told? It is with respect to time, and y-axis with respect to x of t. Okay, but now after representing this with respect to some particular point, so this time it is tau. So this is having amplitude of a. Okay, and what is the new representation for this y-axis? This is not your x of t now. This is going to become x of t into delta of t minus tau. Is that okay? I'll repeat. So whatever x of t you wrote, guys. So if I choose any one particular point with some particular amplitude and corresponding x-axis with respect to time as tau, then if I want to represent a waveform x of t into delta of t minus tau, the graph is what written here. Is it okay? So this graphical representation, these two graphs, so let me change the color here. So these two graph, what we have written, so this two graph itself is called as impulse function used to represent at a point A. So this is at point A for x of t. So this is what the meaning of representation of x of t in terms of impulse. Is it okay till here to everyone? Is that okay? I have just discussed about one particular point. So like this, you'll be having n number of points because it is a continuous time signal. So before I move further, is that okay till here to everyone? Is that okay? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you understood at one particular point how your waveform looks, so now we will try to take a formula so that if it is n number of points, since it is a continuous, we want to write a formula for n number of points, correct now? So for that, what is the thing you can do? So you just make a statement that since the function x of t is continuous, since the function x of t is continuous, it has infinite points. Agree? So since it is continuous, so it is having infinite points with you. So the graph what I showed, it is one point what I represented. So likewise, you can mark n number of points. That is what the meaning of infinite. Okay. So infinite points. So if you have infinite points, it means we need to take infinite impulses at all these points. Agree? If you have infinite points because of your function x of t of its continuity, so if you choose infinite points with respect to Ct, so there same way we need to consider infinite impulses at all that points. Correct? So if you have waveform here, so just now we took one point and we consider the impulse. Correct? Similarly, assume that there is one more point here. You need to take one more impulse, one more point here, one more impulse. So this is what the meaning of the sentence what I told. Is that okay? Clear to everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if you have a points like this, so assume that I'm just representing a points the way the waveform is. So in order to combine all these impulses, what we can do? We can do addition. Correct now? In order to represent all the impulses together, we need to represent with respect to adding of all the impulses. Okay. So if you want addition of anything, so there comes a concept called integral. I hope you know difference between differentiation to integral, everyone. So differentiation means so dividing the things part by part. So whatever things you are divided, if you want to rejoin back, you need to implement the logic called integration. So means combine. Am I clear? So simple example, for example, if you have a cake with you, a round cake. So this, if you want to cut it into pieces, if you cut it to pieces 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? So now what I've done? I've done differentiation. So from the whole cake, I've made it to 4 equal parts and I've taken one piece, second piece, third piece, fourth piece. This is called differentiation. If I want to make this as a complete, then again I rejoin back all the pieces what I've taken. So is it called integration? Am I clear with this example what I told everyone? A simple example to make you to understand a
Yes, sir.
differentiation and integration concept. Is it okay? So now, since we need to add all the impulses, we need to do integration. That is why the name in the heading called as convolution integral. So convolution is nothing but mixing of signal. Integration is required for n number of points assumption. Therefore, after analyzing this much, we can represent our x of t in the form what I'm writing now. So you can conclude, so x of t is equals to, since we want to analyze at every point, let me take integral and I don't know which point to which point. So it may be from minus infinity to plus infinity. So with respect to what? With respect to x of tau into delta of t minus tau. So this integration means into d tau we should write. So if you want to represent the formula, I will try to write once more. So x of t, let me write horizontally. So you can look at here, x of t, I am represent. Is it visible, right? What I am writing, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, x of t integration minus infinity to plus infinity. So with respect to tau, time is replaced with some other impulses, right? Impulses occurs means there will be some extra time. Means time t is total time. Inside that, if you get some other time, we are representing as tau. So x of tau into delta of t minus tau. So this is multiply with d2. Okay. So this is what representation we need to analyze with respect to my impulse with respect to input x of. Is that okay? So here we have taken integration for what purpose? I hope you understood, right? So integration is used since your tau. Tau means this time. This time is a continuous function. So since it is continuous, at every continuous time we need to have impulse. So for that purpose, we are trying to put a tau as a new terminology. So I hope everyone understood till here. Is that okay, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So that completes the representation of your x of t in terms of impulse. So now we'll move on to the derivation of your convolution integral. So I hope everyone know the convolution means what, correct? So we need to get a formula. See, whenever they ask you to solve the given system or a signal with respect to convolution integral, then you should know some formula with you, right? So how to calculate the things. So that is what we're trying to do now. Okay. So we can take the heading as derivation of convolution integral. Derivation of your convolution integral. Okay. So before going to derivation, so let me try to make you the things clear. What exactly I'm trying to derive. So actually, I want what, guys? I want a system. So at the beginning, I showed you some system modeling, right? So there is input x of t, and there is a response h of t. I am going to get y of t. So by saying this, I told you, if I do convolution concept for this, then what is my y of t is going to be? So y of t is going to be x of t
Softy.
convolution. So you should write a symbol like this, guys. So it's a symbol representation. Y of t is equals to x of t convolution symbol like this, okay, into h of t. So this is what the base formula what we have. So now after analyzing the concept what you learned just now, so if you apply any input of this fashion, then what is my ultimate output or ultimate formula to find the convolution integral is what we are trying to understand now. Okay. So shall we proceed with the derivation now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are 4 different steps, guys, to solve derivation for this. So I'll try to analyze step by step. So let's take a step 1. So let's consider a CT system. So CT system means what? Continuous time system. So let's consider a CT system. See, along with me, I want you also to write. So it will be practice also. If you get any doubt, you can ask also. Okay. So for this input, x of t is given. Okay. Then output y of t is given. Then this is nothing but your CT system, right? So this is a representation. So if you apply your x of t to this diagram, so then it is going to produce output y of t. Okay. So then we know from the system modeling concept, the input and output are related as. We can just make a note of the formula now. Input and output are related as y of t is equals to capital T. So this is a relationship, capital T into x of t. So this is my step number 1. Capital T into x of t. Okay. So that capital T represents, it's like it is going to be interrelated to your impulse function to generate output. So this can be your first equation, equation number 1. Is it okay till here, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed? Okay. So from the previous concept, what you learned, can anyone tell me what is the x of t things you got, guys? So what is x of t? So this is step number 2, what I'm writing now. So step number 2. So this small page I can't write here. Let me erase it. So step number 2. What is step number 2, guys? So I want to replace that formula with respect to x of t. I hope you remember the x of t formula, what we got? X of t.
Integral of
So from the previous,
infinity.
yeah. So x of t can be written as integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau into delta of t minus tau. Do you remember this, right? So this x of t can I substitute in that above formula what we got from step number 1? Is it okay to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after writing that, how it looks. So let me try to write that. So step number 2, so I'll write crossly so that you can fill the things. So y of t is equals to t is kept as it is. So in the bracket we had x of t. Now replace that x of t with the formula. So I hope you understood till step number 2. If you have doubt, you can ask guys. I'll repeat once more. Let's paste into d tau. Okay, na? So I have replaced, close the bracket. So x of tau into delta of t minus tau into d tau. Is it okay till here? Shall I proceed, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after knowing the step number 2, so step number 3, we just make a note. So step number 3, we'll go ahead now. So step number 3, so we know that x of tau is the amplitude of x of t, correct? So x of tau is nothing but the amplitude of x of t. At what time? At t is equals to tau. You can just add this sentence for step number 3. X of tau is the amplitude of x of t at t is equals to tau, and it is constant. So tau is a constant term, correct? It is constant. So since the system is linear, see we know that the heading we went through with LTI system. So we know obviously the system is linear. So since the system is linear, so we can rewrite the above equation as, since the system is what? Since the system is linear, so we can rewrite the above equation as, so earlier how it was y of t is equal to t into x of t. We have replaced x of t. So since that x of tau, the tau term is a constant term, we can write step number 3, y of t is equals to, just write like this, y of t is equal to, nothing else I'm going to make, I'll just take the t was there, no guys, so the t I'm going to put only for my impulse function. So it means the formula will be same thing, just slight modification from step number 2. So integration x of tau was there, right? So this t I am multiplying only to this delta of t minus tau. So because this is the change what we can find. But x of tau is a constant term. Am I clear with the step number 3 to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So if anybody have doubt till step number 3, that is y of t is equal to, so integration of things what you got, you can ask, or else let me go with the last step, step number 4. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now let me move on with the next part. See, once you understood system, input is given, output is given. So now try to understand the difference between your normal system to your LTI system. See, whenever I say LTI system, it is looking like this. So LTI system, okay. So instead of a continuous time, I'm writing the word LTI now. So for this, what is the input? If I say LTI, it means there should be input as delta of t. Means I'm writing the part which is present into the system now. We wrote system is having its own impulse, right? So if it is having LTI concept, how it looks? So delta of t is the input, or I can represent this as delta of t minus 2. So delta of t I can represent as delta of t minus 2. Then how the output? Output will be h of t. So not tell y of t now. Y of t output is from a system. But now we know that the general diagram, do you remember? So there is x of t, there is y of t. The response as its h of t. So how exactly this h of t is what I'm trying to explain you guys. So am I clear till here to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we know that if I give delta of t or delta of t minus 1, if you give delta t, you will get h of t. If you give delta of t minus 2, then how to represent your h of t? Nothing but h of t minus 2.
T minus.
Agree? Agree, everyone? Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever things I'm telling, this is step number 4. So LTA system produces unit impulse response if delta of t is input. Okay, I'll repeat. LTA system produces unit impulse response if delta of t is input. Okay. So we know that since the system is time variant, along with linear, there is one more word called as time invariant. So the response delta of t minus tau, the response delta of t minus tau will be replaced with h of t minus 2. Am I clear till here? So since system is time invariant, so the response, what I showed earlier. So I hope you remember, right? I showed the diagram. Delta of t means h of t. Delta of t minus tau means the same thing, h of t minus tau, we can see. Okay, na? So therefore, so conclusion I will tell now. Therefore, from the step number 3, the formula was t into delta of t minus tau. This is equal to h of t minus 2. So wherever you find t of delta t minus tau, so since the procedure what we followed in step number 4, we can replace that simply as h of t minus tau. So now what is the new equation we are going to get, guys? After replacing this complete term with respect to h of t minus tau, what is the new equation you can expect? So I can write y of t as what? Y of t is equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau into h of t minus tau into d tau. So this is a final formula. So this equation which relates the impulse response to output. So then the output y of t is nothing but your convolution integral. So whatever the output you got, y of t that itself is a convolution integral. So you can make use of this formula to calculate the convolution integral. Am I clear till here to everyone? Is
Yes,
it okay,
sir.
guys? So if they ask you to derive a convolution integral, so till here you're supposed to do. So just a 4 steps, a simple thing. So but understanding that is what we want to know. Okay. So we know that y of t is nothing but x of t convolution with h of t. So that x of t convolution h of t nothing but this formula itself. So you know y of t you can replace, right? So I can replace y of t as what? X of t convolution with h of t. X of t convolution with h of t. So this replica, we can replace it and you can write a same formula. Formula remains same. Your RHS doesn't change. Only to know how the output is, it is a combination or a convolution of x of t and h of t. So if you write a final answer, hence the convolution integral is equal to y of t is equal to integration minus infinity plus infinity x of tau into h of t minus tau d tau. So this is a formula you need to remember, guys, to solve the problems on convolution integral. Am I okay to everyone till here? So you got the derivation part.
Yes, sir.
Good. So along with this derivation, if they ask you to write the importance of convolution, so I hope by this time you got the convolution importance right. So convolution is the most basic operations what you can use in this LTI system, guys. Okay. So it is the most basic and most important operation involved in this LTI continuous time system. So what is the thing it is going to do? It is going to interrelates the input and impulse response of a system to get a corresponding output. Am I clear with the things what I told? So if they ask you to write the importance of convolution, just write the 2 sentence what I told. So it is one of the major or most important operation involved in LTI CT system. We should be very careful with that because LTI DT also is there. That is convolution sum. So now we are concentrating only on convolution integral. So LTI continuous time systems. And second point you can write what it does actually. It gives a interrelates or it gives a relationship between input and the impulse response of a system to generate the output. So I hope everyone understood till here. Am I clear till here to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So we'll try to solve one problem. So it will take time. So let me check out. So 10 more minutes, how much I can possible to complete, I will complete. So remaining will continue tomorrow. Okay. So shall I proceed with the problems, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the different representation or different types of problems, what you can expect, let me tell you clearly. See, this is completely a waveform sketching based topic, guys. So whether you take summation sum or convolution integral, so the equation what you just now derived, based on that, you need to keep plotting a graphs representation. So that we will discuss. So let me try to introduce different types of problems what you can solve in this. So first type is they may give a generalized system. So they will just tell you, so h of t is equal to some impulse response or some ramp function. For that corresponding x of t, some trigonometric exponential function. Then how to solve the problem. Or sometimes I'll give you conditions for you. Condition is, so x of t will be equal to some 1. Amplitude is 1 for some particular time. Amplitude is 2 for some particular time. I hope with this type of things you are, but the only thing is you need to analyze that with respect to convolution integral of LTI system. So nothing new, only the and the technique what you're going to implement is new. Apart from that, how to represent CT, how to do delaying part, mirroring, what you learned in first chapter, the same thing remains. Shall I proceed with the problem now? Everyone, shall I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just go ahead with the first question, guys. So let me take the first question now. From the question, the impulse response of LTI system is, to understand the problem clearly. So if it is a generalized waveform, how to write? If it is a waveform, how to write? So we'll try to discuss. The impulse response, make a note of the question. So it carries 8 marks. Impulse response of LTI system is, so they are given impulse response, the first thing, that is nothing but h of t. H of t is equal to u of t. So they are given your impulse response is equal to unit step function. Obtain the output of a system means you need to find your y of t. Obtain the output of a system if x of t is given as e to the power of minus at. I'll repeat, if x of t is given as e to the power of minus at, okay, for a greater than, for a greater than 0. So you can add here e power minus at into u of t. So into u of t, nothing but it is impulse only. Okay. So what is the thing they are given that we can represent here? So e power minus at into u of t. So here itself you can see your x of t. I hope you remember the formula for x of t at the beginning, guys. Do you remember? So x of t nothing but it was having delta x of tau with respect to delta of t minus tau. So here x of tau is nothing but your exponential function and delta of t minus tau is nothing but unit step function. Am I clear with the question to everyone?
The screen is not visible.
Just one second. Till from when it is not visible here?
From
No, sir.
question first.
From question. Okay. Just one sec. Let me join once more. I think it has. I think only our voice is coming screen white one. Just wait. Just hold on. My voice was audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me share the screen once more. I think share screen is stop. I think now is it visible? Share screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So question I said the impulse response of LTI system is h of t is equals to u of t. So h of t is equals to u of t. Okay. So they ask you to obtain the output y of t. So output y of t is asked if the input x of t is equal to e power minus at into u of t. So is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So x of t is given as e power minus at into u of t with a condition that a should be greater than 0. So why they are given a condition a should be greater than 0? Anyone tell me? So since it is having unit step function, we know unit step function is occurring only for the positive terms. Correct na?
Okay.
Yes or no, yaar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me try to solve as much as possible today. So because it's 5 minutes. Yeah. So you got the question first. So what is the thing they are given? So h of t is given for you. Just write the thing what is given first. So h of t is given as u of t. Okay na? And they are given x of t also. X of t is given as e to the power of minus at into u of t. Okay. So from this, what are things we required? You can look at this x of t clearly, guys. So x of t involves two concepts here. Correct, na? I think it went off. Huh? Okay, I have to draw once more. Okay, I will just try to write a signal and stop today. So remaining part we'll write tomorrow. X of t is equals to e power minus at into u of t. So the x of t Birwell's formula. Can anyone tell me what is this and what is this arrow mark what I'm pointing? So e power minus at represent what, guys? That represents your x of tau. Correct, Appa? Agree, everyone?
Yes.
So what about your u of t representation? U of t nothing but like delta of t minus tau. Correct? Is it okay? So you can write this t minus tau simply as, since it is having only u of t, I can write delta of t itself. There is no delay concept in this u of t. If they are given u of t minus 3, then I got to compare with delta of t minus tau. So is it okay till here? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you try to represent this x of tau and the delta of t minus tau, nothing but your u of tau, how it looks, we'll write that much and we'll stop today. Okay. So how to represent an exponential function? So that we are given a hint for you to write x of tau. The condition is a should be greater than 0. So substitute a is equals to 0. E power 0, you know what is the maximum thing? E power 0 is how much, guys?
1.
1. So how the waveform I can write? So if you want to try to plot with respect to tau, now you should not write t here, you should write tau here. Okay. So this is x of tau. So I'm trying to plot x of tau. So what is the waveform now, guys? So how to represent this? So if I substitute a is equal to 0, it is going to be e power 0. E power 0 at 0 means it is maximum. It is going to reach at 1. Correct? Okay. So if I keep giving the values of a as 1, 2, 3, so on. So is it 1? If I give, is it less than 1? Answer. E power 1 is less than 1. Yes or no, yaar?
Yes, sir.
So if you give e power 2, it's less than the second term what you got. So likewise, if you keep doing, so you're going to graph in this form. I don't know at what time it is going to reach 0 because it is infinite time. So we'll make assumption that at some point it is going to be reaching, but that we don't know. So can I represent the representation like how I wrote here? Everyone agree? Is it okay till
Yes,
here?
sir.
Good. So what I wrote is x of tau. So same way I need to plot what, guys? I need to plot my h of tau. So the hint is h of tau is nothing but what? Delta of tau, nothing but your u of tau. That is what given the question, right? So since it is unit step function, how to represent? So this is how the unit step representation done. Agree everyone? So is
Yes,
it a
sir.
way to represent your x of tau and h of tau? Is it okay to everyone till here? If you say if it okay till here, then we'll stop because it's already time. We'll try to analyze this problem. See now you got some logic. So now we should play with these two signal. I need to play with respect to my x of tau with h of tau. I should make some conditions. I will tell you tomorrow. So we need to play with these two signal. How the convolution happens between these two. If it is within the signal, how it looks. If it is outside, positive side, how it looks. If it is negative side, how it looks. So that discussion we'll make the next class. I hope everyone, excuse. Everyone got till here? Is it okay to everyone till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, guys. So let's end the session now. So we'll continue it tomorrow. So we can analyze the problem next class. So just glance the thing what you understood with respect to convolution sum and integral. So see you next class, everyone. Take care.